It's time for Eastern View High School basketball. Good evening, everybody. Donnie Johnson along with Gary Deal, and tonight we're bringing you the game between the Eastern View Cyclones and the King George Foxes. Senior night here, Gary Deal. 3 seniors on this Eastern View team, and all 3 of them are prominent players in the Cyclones' 15-game winning streak. Ricky Butler, Dom Sasso, and of course Corey Long. So Eastern View kind of goes as those 3 guys go.
Yes, Donnie. Corey Long, of course, is a star on the team. Ricky Butler is a good counterpart. Both of them are big men. Both of them are good rebounding and controlling the boards inside. So losing those 2 guys next year is going to hurt Eastern View.
Well, the thing of it is, we still got them this year, and with a 15-game winning streak, their Cyclones are 15-1. The only game they've lost was the opening game against Albemarle, and Eastern View has established itself as a contender in both the regional and the state tournament now. They're 15-1, man. That's a good record.
Very good record. And like I've said before, you got Hunter and Robinson and Webster out front putting pressure on that ball, causing turnovers, getting in transition, allowing Butler and Corey Long to get in transition as well. They are a tough team to deal with.
Well, you got the 2 big men, you got a good outside game, but the big thing is they got a good bench. They're about 8 or 9 players deep, and that will be what probably will carry them when they get to the playoffs. And the playoffs will be starting next week.
Don't forget Lambier on the bench too, Donnie, a.k.a. Jimmy Waters.
Yes.
He plays his role. He plays the physical part of the game. I love the way he plays. He plays his role exceptionally, and he comes off the bench and gives them a little boost under the boards.
All right, we're going to have the starting lineups in just a moment. We'll have some festivities for senior night, and we'll be back with our ball game in just a moment. Eastern View hosting the King George Foxes. Eastern View 15-1. King George is 7-10. And we'll be back with Eastern View basketball on the Culpeper Media Network in just a moment.
This broadcast is brought to you by the following community sponsors.
Battlefield Automotive, featuring Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford. Battlefield Automotive, a keystone of service and a cornerstone of our community. Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556.
CFC Farm and Home Center, the service, knowledge, and products you need for your farm, home, pets, livestock, and equine since 1932. CFC Farm and Home Center.
From shirts to banners and everything in between, imprint your message on the community with Cash Imprints, 317-1473. More than just a respected funeral home, Found & Sons supports youth at all levels so they can become tomorrow's leaders. Found & Sons, 825-3530.
We are back getting set for the starting lineups to be introduced tonight. We are not sure exactly who's going to be starting for King George, so we'll pick them out as they go, Gary Deal.
Sounds good, Donnie Johnston, and looking forward to the night's game. For King George, yeah, number 1, Elijah Sheffield. Number 3 is Micaiah White. Number 12 is Nehemiah Fry. Number 20 looks like the big man, Kyle Revillo. And number 22 is Connor Gray for King George.
And the King George Foxes start 2 seniors and 3 juniors. So, and they've got, we saw the JV game, Gary, and they got a good JV group coming up.
Yeah, they did.
They beat Eastern View 60-46.
All right, first off the bench for Eastern View is Ricky Butler,
the senior.
Dom Sasso's starting tonight, Donnie. Senior night.
Senior night.
Hey, you like that athleticism with that young man. And how about the star of the team, Corey Long?
You know, the thing about Corey is he comes over and talks. He's got that baby face. He looks like he's about 10 years old.
He's a big boy, I'll tell you that.
He is.
DeMaio Hunter and Amari Robinson.
3 seniors and 2 sophomores starting tonight for Eastern View.
And you're going to see Amari Robertson and DeMaio Hunter putting pressure on that ball, Donnie.
Well, King George comes in. They are 7-10 overall and 4-5 in the Battlefield District. Of course, Eastern View has beaten everybody they've played in the Battlefield District this year. 15-1, lost only to Albemarle in the first game of the season. And Albemarle is a classification ahead of us, so that's a bigger school. All right, we're just about ready for the tap-off. It'll be Nehemiah Fry jumping for the King George Foxes, and I would assume that it will be Corey Long for the Cyclones. They're still having a few final words with Mr. Thornhill over there. Patrick is back this week after a week off with Don Sasso is going to jump. He's been out a week with COVID, and King George coach Bill Lyman has also been out last week with COVID. So both these guys are back for the first time. All right, we are ready. Controlled by King George. Shot will not go, and Corey Long comes down with the ball. Sheffield. From the corner, 3-pointer. Long out of his range there. Kyle White running the offense out front with Sherfield. To the lane, good 10-footer by Nehemiah Fry. 2-0, King George gets out on top. Butler, down low, Hunter outside, working the ball around. Sasso for 3, off the front iron. White in the middle. 3-pointer from way outside is off the mark, and big man there leads it ahead, and a steal. Hunter Gray all the way, and has it slammed down by Ricky Butler.
Nice block by Ricky Butler there.
It's a big game for Eastern View because they win this, and Cortland wins. The Friday night game will determine the Battlefield District Championship. They both have 15-game winning streaks. Foul inside. And good Lord willing, and the Creek Don't Watch will be down in Cortland to bring that game to you on Friday night.
And it should be a good game, Donnie. If both teams win tonight, looking forward to that game.
Nehemiah Fry puts the first one in, gets the roll, and it's 3-0 King George. And 4-0.
Looks like King George came to play tonight, though, so Culpeper's going to have to concentrate and get in a good flow.
Butler way outside, starts down the lane, dumps it
Beautiful
off.
pass.
Oh, nice, easy basket in there. Good assist there by Butler. Into the lane, Fry turns, no, rebound comes down to Hunter. Tried to get it inside, batted off the hands of a King George player off the board.
See, he went to Sasso on that, Donnie. You always go to your best player in that situation. And
Kyle Ravello.
But somebody knocked the ball away, so it wasn't Sasso's fault.
The 2. Butler outside. 3-pointer, in and out. That thing went down the hole and came back out. 6-2, King George is leading. Down low, turnaround, hook shot up and in by Nehemiah Fry. And Patrick Thornhill has seen enough. He wants to call timeout and discuss things here. This is not going the way the script was intended. And while we've got a timeout, we'll remind you of our sponsors. Our live sponsor, Battlefield Automotive, featuring Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford. Battlefield Automotive, a keystone of service and a cornerstone of our community. 547-3673. Able Heating and Air. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. And Found & Sons. More than a respected funeral home, they support youth at all levels so they can become tomorrow's leaders. Found & Sons, 825-3530.
Culpeper is going to have to play smart tonight. Like I said, Donnie, they're going to have to be patient. Ricky came down and threw up a quick three last possession. Every possession in this game is going to be important. So they need to work tonight.
Long double team down low, gets it out. In the middle, Butler and a whistle. I think a foul was on the floor before the shot, so I don't think he's going to get two.
I think Thornhill, Coach Thornhill stated that in the timeout because they were patient on that play, on that possession.
In it comes to Butler. Nice inbounds play there. And it's 8-4. Pressure in the backcourt now. Fry. Three-pointer from way outside, won't go. Long rebound, Amari Robinson, and whistle, I'm not sure what that was.
It was traveling on Ricky Butler. He kind of scooted his feet a little bit when he caught the ball, and it's a turnover.
8-4. King George still on top, first period, 5 minutes.
Culpeper in that half-court trap.
Three-pointers have not been going down for King George so far. And we got a foul on Corey Long. That's his first tonight, and we don't want to get him into foul trouble. Second team foul on the Cyclones. White, baseline. Fellow travel. We watched this crew, officiating crew in the JV game. They call a lot of traveling.
Well, there is a lot of traveling in high school basketball, as well as the pros.
As well, yeah. I don't think there is traveling in the pros. Hutter, man-to-man defense.
It looks like
Robinson, Sasso, won't go. Scramble underneath, King George clears the boards.
Culpeper's going to have to work that ball into Corey Long. Got to be patient and do that.
Trying to get it inside, not outside. Sherfield has it taken away, but gets it back. Baseline. Shot will not go by Ravello.
Jump ball.
And a jump ball is called. Error pointing in the direction of the Cyclones. Three minutes and 45 seconds left to go, first period. 8-4, low scoring ball game. Eastern View, who's a high scoring team, only has 4 points so far.
Well, they're not in that transition game. They're playing against a really good team, and great job by Ricky Butler.
And Butler took it to the basket with authority. 8-6 down to a 2-point lead. White in the lane, Fry. And a steal, Hunter.
Middle, you gotta get to the middle, there you go.
2 on 3, and a nice block down there by Joe Billingsley.
Good play by Amari Robinson on that to get the ball to the middle.
And Corey Long will go to the line for a couple of shots that will possibly tie up this ball game. Nothing but net. Corey Long, second shot, the senior. Nope.
Nice play by Sasso on
Robinson takes it outside. Hunter for three. No. Long for two.
Great play by Corey Long on those low blocks and getting position, but Sasso kept that play alive. And now you're seeing the transition, Donnie.
Sasso, and he tried to stuff it and couldn't. 9-8. Cyclones have taken the lead, and there's timeout on the floor. King George wants to talk it over now. Timeout on the floor. 2:47 to go. 9-8. Eastern View. We'll be back in a moment. You're watching Eastern View Cyclone basketball on the Culpeper Media Network.
This broadcast is brought to you by the following community sponsors.
Battlefield Automotive, 547-3673. Cash Imprints, 317-1473. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556.
CFC Farm and Home Center, 825-2200.
Found & Sons, 825-3530.
The Cyclones got off to a slow start, have speeded things up right now and are ahead by 9-8 over the King George Foxes.
You know, Donnie, I credit that comeback there to go ahead to Coach Thornhill's timeout. He called a great timeout at the right time. And I think he told them probably to be patient, and they've been patient, and they've been playing better defense too.
What coaches used to tell us, if you don't start doing something, you go run Monday all day long.
That's right.
Hutter, Robinson, the sophomore, down low, long, and foul. Oh, he stepped on the line, I think. And Corey is pleading his case. He thought a foul should have been called down there. There was a lot of bumping and grinding going on. White, Ravello. In the corner, 2-point shot is up and good.
Bank shot from the corner.
Well, something, you know what they say, rather be lucky than good. Batted around. Butler, nope. Long can't get it to go. And the fourth shot by Butler will not go. But he's fouled. Cyclones are dominating the boards, but he just can't get anything to go.
I like the hustle inside by Butler and Corey Long. They're really concentrating now, trying to rule the boards tonight.
Butler puts the first one in, and 10-9, or 10-10, we're tied up. Thought we were, but they were late putting that point up on the board. So Butler and Corey Long over here pleading his case with the official. He had a big discussion with the official right after the coin toss or whatever they do at the beginning of the game.
All right, we got Jase Jackson in the lineup now for Sasso. Expect to see even a little bit more quickness and more pressure on the ball now, so potentially could get some more turnovers here.
And a smack down by Ricky Butler. Boxes ball outside. White, baseline, Fry for three. 13-11. King George back on top by 2. And King George comes down with the ball. It's almost stolen in and in. Nice play there by DeMayo Hunter. Got it in, and Ricky Butler put it down.
Eastern View going to the 2-2-1 press, Donnie. Yep, trap. Going back to the trap.
Sherfield across the line. Ravillo. Otter. Amari Robinson.
Too much one-on-one there.
White all the way with the left hand. 15-13. Eastern View trailing by 2.
Yeah, that was, he needed to work that ball. Should have put the ball back up in the middle in Hunter's hand and set it back up.
Blocked.
Good pass.
Nice pass underneath. Corey Long for an easy bucket. And that's the offhand for him. He's left-handed. First quarter comes to an end with a score tied at 15. Eastern View and King George 15 all. We'll be back with the second quarter in just a moment. You're watching Eastern View Cyclone basketball on the Culpeper Media Network.
This broadcast is brought to you by the following community sponsors.
Battlefield Automotive, featuring Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford. Battlefield Automotive, a keystone of service and a cornerstone of our community. Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556.
CFC Farm and Home Center, the service, knowledge, and products you need for your farm, home, pets, livestock, and equine. Since 1932, CFC Farm and Home Center.
From shirts to banners and everything in between, imprint your message on the community with Cash Imprints, 317-1473. More than just a respected funeral home, Found & Sons supports youth at all levels so they can become tomorrow's leaders. Found & Sons, 825-3530.
Well, records don't tell everything. Gary Deal, on paper, it looked like Eastern View was by far the best ball club, and right now they're tied with King George, who is a below 500 team.
Well, I'll tell you what, Fry for King George is playing good tonight so far, and he's making an impact. And Corey, he's big. He's got length on him, and Corey Long and Ricky Butler are going to have to concentrate on him.
Sherfield in the corner. Duffin missed the three-pointer. Robinson lost it out of bounds. Touched last by King George. And Amari will throw it in under the rim. Well, no, Hunter will throw it in. And he gets it in to Long, who gets the basket and draws the foul. Corey Long having a good night so far.
Well, and that's a good play by Coach Thornhill as far as concept. But Corey Long is a smart player. He knows how to get position in there, play those low blocks, flash those low blocks, come up to high post, and occasionally come out in the three-point line and shoot one or two shots a game. But he's a smart player. I'm impressed.
Well, he got that three-point play the old-fashioned way. Ravillo down under. And a block by Long from behind, but basket still goes in. And it's 18-17. Cyclones lead by 1. Robinson almost got called for travel there. Long, nope. Long again, nope. Follow up, Hunter got it. Dwayne Hunter.
I love the way Eastern View is hitting the boards tonight on the offensive end. They're concentrating on that.
Duffin outside. Ravillo, White. Ravillo for three. Nope.
Set it up, man. Rush that shot, Donnie.
Yeah. Well, and almost a backcourt there, but Culpeper, our Eastern View player, touched it. Ravillo, Corey Long all over him. Duffin for three. King George has not been able to hit those threes, and Robinson waits for traffic to clear, dumps it off to Ricky Butler for 2 more, and it's 22-17, Cyclones by 5. And we have a travel on King George. I told you these officials, they like to call that traveling. The little Ricky Nelson, little traveling man.
Yeah.
You don't even remember Ricky Nelson.
I remember Ricky Nelson.
Okay.
Well, Mari Robinson's come in and made a difference. He's added quickness to the lineup, and Eastern View's been able to get into the transition game.
Tyree Webster in there now, number 2. Jase Jackson on the far side. Butler. Wheels, turns, puts it. Oh, nice play by Butler.
Ricky's feeling it tonight.
24-17, suddenly it's a 7-point lead.
Oh, what a play.
Nice play by Butler. He couldn't save it, but he got the ball loose.
Now, Coach Thornhill called a great timeout. I haven't seen the same on the King George side. They haven't called any timeouts. And the game can get away from them.
Well, the Cyclones are in command right now with 5:44 to go in the half. It's turned around dramatically after being tied at the end of the first quarter. Nice shot up, little hook shot there by Nehemiah Fry.
Fry's having a good game. That was a good move. That was a good defense by Ricky Butler.
24-19, 5-point lead. Butler, and foul's going to be called, and it's going to be called on Sherfield. That is the 5th team foul on King George. Webster will throw it in. Gets it in the backcourt to Amari Robinson. Tapped out of bounds by White.
Got to anticipate that double team, and you got to get it out of your hands quickly and work the ball around the perimeter and inside.
Robinson outside. Dumps it down in the lane. King George the rebound. Duffin, no. Back up, no good. Follow up, no good. Finally, it's put in by Nehemiah Fry. 24-21, King George not going away.
Corey Long's out of the game, and it's an impact on the boards, both defensively and offensively. Ricky Butler's got to get in there and help out on the boards.
Sherfield threw a fastball down there, and Fry couldn't hold on to it.
Just slow it down and set it up.
Underneath, Jase Jackson is fouled.
It's one of the best things about Ricky Butler's game, I think, is his passing ability.
He has really improved. This kid has really improved this year. Jase Jackson at the line for the Cyclones, who lead by 3, 24-21, 4:22 to go in the first half. And Jackson puts the first one in. Hunter comes out, comes in. Robinson goes out, and Corey Long back in the ball game. Ricky Butler getting a rest. Jase Jackson 2 for 2, 26-21. White, double team. And almost a steal there by Hunter. Couldn't quite stay in bounds. Ravello gets it into White for King George. Duffin, Ravello. 12-footer, no good. Rebound and foul. That's going to be called on Duffin. Coming over the back. 7th team foul, so from here on out, it will be a 1-and-1 for the Cyclones.
Haven't seen Jimmy Waters in the game yet tonight. Donnie, just wondering if he's feeling bad or. Well, what's going on with that?
I'm sure he will figure into the plans. Montreal Sweet at the line. Dew on the 1-and-1. Oh, nice play there by Sherfield. And all the officials in the stands have called walking on that one, but the officials didn't. Hunter. Long. Hunter for three. And Hunter cans it. 29-21. 8-point lead, biggest of the night for Eastern View. And we almost got one in their lap here, Deal.
King George calling timeout now.
Well, I'm not sure they are.
Maybe he was signifying he tipped the ball, but I don't think he tipped the ball. Culpeper player, Eastern View player.
That's what. Yeah, that was the call. 29-21, 8-point lead, biggest of the night for Eastern View. 3 minutes and 15 seconds left in the first half. Robinson stops and pops off the glass, no good. Long has it blocked from behind and then knocked out of bounds, touched last by King George. So it will be Cyclone basketball.
I invite our people at home to watch Corey Long and how he gets positioned down low. Instead of watching the ball, watch how he moves down low, and all the young players out there. Take notice, because you're not going to be able to watch it too much longer this year because he's going to be gone. So in order to learn, you have to watch players on the court. And if you watch Corey and how he moves down in the low post and gets positioned, that's a good person to pattern your game after if you're a big man.
Jase Jackson, nice play, 3-on-1. Can't get a free shot. Oh, nice pass there by Long. And a travel. And the natives are getting restless here. They've been saying that King George is traveling, and now all of a sudden they're calling traveling on Culpeper or Eastern View. So the fans are getting a little bit on the anxious side.
A little bit of an overpass on that. Too many passes. I think Hunter should have shot that ball.
Well, I think we have a technical call? I think we did. And a technical call on King George coach, I believe. Yep. And Jase Jackson will go to the line. I think will shoot the technical, and he's pleading his case. This one official over there is a little quick on the trigger. That was a good call by the other official to go in and head that off, because I think that official was going to throw him out, and I truly don't think he didn't think he'd be thrown out for it. Anyway, Jase Jackson will go to the line for the Eastern View Cyclones, shooting 2 technical shots, and the Cyclones will get the ball out of bounds. Got them both.
Chase got a nice shot.
31-21, suddenly it's a 10-point lead for Eastern View.
Got good rotation on the ball.
And the Cyclones will get the ball out of bounds.
And look who's in the game. Lambert, Jimmy Waters.
Jimmy Waters. Robinson to the hoop and got the roll. 33-21, Eastern View taking it to him now. Half-court pressure. Steal by Butler. 3-on-1. Back to Butler. Missed it, but he's fouled from behind by White.
It's a good pass.
So Butler will go to the line.
Good pass by Amari Robinson that time. Eastern View plays unselfish basketball.
They do. They're a good ball club.
Yep.
They can go a long way. They're suddenly, like as I said in the pregame, they're suddenly establishing themselves as a regional contender. And maybe go a long way in the state. 1 out of 2 for Butler, 34-21.
I think Ricky's got a good shot, but he's going to have to work on it. He needs to shoot a lot of shots this summer in order to get ready to try to, if he wants to play college basketball. He needs to maybe get a little more arch on his shot. He can improve at that, and if he gets in the gym or outside even and works on his shot and shoots, 500 shots a day, it'll help him.
And we got a timeout on the floor. Timeout, 2:08 to go to first half, 34-21. Eastern View over King George. You're watching Eastern View Cyclone basketball on the Culpeper Media Network.
This broadcast is brought to you by the following community sponsors.
Battlefield Automotive, 547-3673. Cash Imprints, 317-1473. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. CFC Farm and Home Center, 825-2200. Found & Sons, 825-3530.
2:08 to go in the first half. It was tied up at the end of the first quarter, and Gary Deal, the Cyclones have come on strong here in this second quarter.
Yeah, I think Coach Thornhill is being smart here. If he can get away with it and not give up too many points, he's taking Corey Long out. I think Corey has 1 foul on him, and he don't want Corey to get in foul trouble. I'm sure that's what it is. And it's a smart move right now, I think.
Fly outside. Ravello gets around Butler, but is fouled down under by Jase Jackson, or rather Sherfield.
Yeah, I might have to agree with the crowd on that. That looked like verticality. Back to that verticality concept.
That ain't even a word, Gary. Verticality. You've been watching too much ESPN. Ravello, first shot up.
Well, ESPN has been prevalent in 3/4 of my lifetime. How about yours? Are you about 40%? About 40%?
I was
or 60%?
I was born the year they got on the air. 1:45 to go, 34-21. They come up with some words, though. I swear some of those guys come up with some words. I don't know where they find them. Cyclones are putting on some defense here. Nice play there by Hunter. And Hunter is charged with a foul. And that's a 16 foul on Eastern View. Or I guess it's the 5th. I thought they just put that up. Steele. Butler. Robinson. Missed it. He was under a little too far, and we had a jump ball. Nice play there by Jase Jackson. Get a hand on that ball. 34-21 our score. Eastern View on top by 13. Robinson way outside to Hunter. Robinson, baseline, out. Butler for 3. Waters, Hunter for 3. Short. And we got a foul called on Eastern View.
See, I like to see with 1 minute to go and Corey Long on the bench there, they kind of rushed that possession. I like to see him work the ball around a little bit, take some time off the clock.
They took 3 shots there when they really didn't have any.
Exactly. And with Corey Long on the bench, you want to run some clock in order to get to halftime with 13-point lead.
Minute to go, first half from the corner. 3-point shot by King George, no good. And Hunter ripping and pulling the ball away. Nice play there to Mayo Hunter. And foul is going to be called on Makaya White. Hunter will be at the line for the Cyclones. 54 seconds left. Follow up is good.
Street.
Montreal Street. Only person I know named after a city. Long three-pointer from way outside. King George has not hit a three-pointer tonight. They have taken a plunge.
See, that's where you want to go for one shot there.
31 seconds left.
DeMaio, he knew he made a mistake there. He should have just pulled the ball back out, back to the forecourt there, and just dribbled the ball and took some time off the clock. He'll develop. He knows what he did wrong there.
Connor Gray can't get the three-pointer to go for King George. 3-on-2. Robinson. Two more, 38-21. 17-point lead, 5 seconds to go. Will he get a shot off? He did, and he hit it. Joe Billingsley puts 2 more up for King George as the first half comes to an end. With a score, the Eastern View Cyclones 38, King George Foxes 23. We remind you to stay tuned at halftime here. We've got some senior night festivities for you, and then we'll be back with the second half of tonight's ball game. You're watching Eastern View Cyclone basketball on the Culpeper Media Network.
This broadcast is brought to you by the following community sponsors.
Battlefield Automotive, featuring Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford. Battlefield Automotive, a keystone of service and a cornerstone of our community. Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556.
CFC Farm and Home Center, the service, knowledge, and products you need for your farm, home, pets, livestock, and equine. Since 1932, CFC Farm and Home Center.
From shirts to banners and everything in between, imprint your message on the community with Cash Imprints, 317-1473. More than just a respected funeral home, Found & Sons supports youth at all levels so they can become tomorrow's leaders. Found & Sons, 825-3530.
Okay, Neil, we're going to have some senior night festivities here. 3 seniors on the Culpeper, the Eastern View High School team, Ricky Butler, Dom Sasso, and Corey Long, and they will get their due attention here in just a couple of minutes.
This is Talia's first year as a cheerleader here at Eastern View.
Yeah, the cheerleaders are being introduced now, Donnie. Unfortunately, we don't have their names, and we can't really get a clear understanding from the PA announcer. But the cheerleaders work hard, and they work hard. They've done a great job this year. I watched them a little bit during their on-court fundamentals, and they're pretty good.
Her most memorable moment is just being a part of the team and growing fond with all the boys. Thank you for the scorekeeping, Yanni. Next up is Dominique Dom Sasso.
Dom Sasso being introduced now as one of the seniors.
Dominic has spent 4 years on the basketball team.
4-year player, and this year he has started some games, but he's been a good reserve off the bench.
Very athletic. And remember last game we saw here, he surprised us with a two-handed slam effortlessly, too. I didn't know the young man could get up like that.
All right, then we got Ricky Butler coming out.
Ricky is being met by his mother, Jase Butler, and dad, Ricky Butler Jr. Ricky has spent 4 years on the basketball team. He also plays football and baseball.
Well, his dad's a pretty tall guy, so that's where he gets his height from.
Yeah, Ricky really improved over the years. He was a pretty good player in 8th and 9th grade, and he just developed the last several years into a very good player. I believe he'll play at the next level. He's got some development to do in a lot of different areas, but I think he'll play college basketball.
Well, here's a guy that'll probably play at the next level if he chooses to. Corey Long.
Yeah, I know Corey Long, Sr., and he's a good guy. I enjoy talking with him quite a bit. Corey Long, Jr. is one heck of a player. He's definitely going to play at the next level if he wants to. He's a smart player. He knows how to play those low blocks. And in high school, if you know how to play those low blocks, you're going to get 20 or 30 points a game.
Speaking of which, you had a kid that you coached up at Rappahannock last night that got 43 points.
Mason Ramey. Mason Ramey is very skillful, and he's like Corey, not as athletic, but he knows how to play those low blocks, and proud of him.
All right, the seniors have been introduced, and we will be back with the second half of tonight's ball game in just a moment. You're watching Eastern View High School basketball on the Culpeper Media Network.
This broadcast is brought to you by the following community sponsors.
Battlefield Automotive, 547-3673. Cash Imprints, 317-1473. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. CFC Farm and Home Center, 825-2200. Found & Sons, 825-3530.
We are back. Getting ready for the second half of tonight's game between the King George Foxes and the Eastern View Cyclones. Eastern View on top 38-23 after the first quarter was tied at 15. The Cyclones just kind of took control there in the second quarter, Gary Deal.
Yeah, I'll go back to what I said earlier, Donnie, about Coach Thornhill calling that timeout, because it was getting out of hand in the early part of the game where King George was up 8-2, 10-2. Coach Thornhill called a quick timeout there, settled the guys down, got them being more patient on offense and looking for Corey Long down low, turned it around, brought in Amari Robinson, and with, like I said, with him and Webster and Hunter and Jackson putting pressure on the ball, they got into transition and got a lot of baskets and went up big time.
And the two big guys for Eastern View, Butler and Long, combined for 22 points. 12 for Butler and 10 for Corey Long. And Corey Long started out hot in the first quarter, but then sat some in the second quarter.
Yeah, for King George, Nehemiah Fry is keeping them in the game. He played one heck of a first half, and he was hard to defend and to control, and I was impressed with his game. But Eastern View needs to come out concentrated and really focused on the first 3 or 4 minutes of this second half to where they can put the game away instead of letting King George back in the game right now. So we'll see how this first 3 or 4 or 5 minutes goes.
You were talking about Patrick Thornhill calling a timeout. His daddy would always, Billy Thornhill would always call a timeout with about 10 seconds left in the first half. I can ask you, Billy, why do you call a timeout? You don't need a timeout. Well, I had one that didn't want to waste it. It made no sense at all.
And they didn't have replay back then either.
Oh, no. Steal by Hunter to start the second half. Goes in. Can't get it to go, but right there is Corey Long with a left hand.
Running the floor. Corey Long running the floor. That's one of his best assets, is running that floor.
Half-court pressure now by Eastern View. Almost a steal by Robinson. Turnaround jump shot, no good. Rebound, up. Robinson has it. 3-on-2. Long. Bringing that outside.
Set it back up top. Up top.
From the corner, Butler. 3.
Good shot by Ricky on that.
43-23. Suddenly, it's a 20-point lead. And now this game is going according to plan as Robinson. 3-on-1. Hunter can't get it to go. Right there is Robinson. Puts it back up for 2 more. 45-23. And you and I both know, as you said a while ago, that first 3 minutes of the third quarter is usually the key to a game, because one team will come out ready to play and the other team will come out of the locker room just kind of relaxed. And you can bury a team, or you can come back on a team in that first 3 minutes.
Exactly right, Donnie. That's that long time wisdom that both of us have, right?
Yep. Hopefully.
You have a little bit more. You have a longer time wisdom.
But I'm better looking. Sherfield puts it up and can't get it to go. Knocked out of bounds by Eastern View. Cotter turns, puts it up, no good. And a foul is called. Connor Gray, first shot up, no good. And he will get a second. You know, King George, both in the varsity and JV, they got a lot of guys that look like football players.
I'm sure they are.
There was a couple of guys on that JV team that looked like somebody's daddy. I mean, they were big guys with beards and.
Stanley Moore and James Moore, right?
Well, yeah, not going there.
I don't think anybody wanted to mess with James Moore back in his day.
45-24, Butler kicks it out, Hunter for 3. Robinson's right there with the long rebound, but he can't control it. Fry. Ravello for 3, and nothing but net.
Good shot.
45-27. Butler, and he'll take a long 3. He will hit it.
Ricky's hit tonight.
Now that's one aspect of his game that could carry him up into the, small college team.
Yeah, he can improve on it, though. I mean, he shoots the ball well, but like I said earlier, he can still improve on it. Like that shot the rotation was so-so. I mean, he can improve on his rotation and on his technique a little bit.
But it went in, and that's the main.
Oh, you're right. He's a good shooter already, but I know I have high expectations, Donnie.
All right, we got a foul on White, and that's the first team foul in the second half on the King George Foxes. 5:08 to go, third period. Robinson stops and fires, too hard. Butler will take another 3. Can't get this one. Connor Gray and Butler almost stole it. And Eastern View comes with the ball. Sasso. Robinson. Again. Sasso coming in, knocking that ball loose again. The senior lost his shoe.
Getting a little sloppy there, Donnie.
And King George throws it away.
This is where Eastern View needs to settle down, work the ball around, maybe pass, you know, eight times before they shoot the ball, just to get back in a good flow again.
Well, the thing of it is, you know, you get 20-point leads, you tend to let down a little bit and play a little more street ball. But, you know, they won't do this if they were playing a good team. They would hang in there. So Robinson down low. Hunter touched it last, I think. But officials say no. Hunter pulled his hands back. I didn't do nothing. Robinson will throw it in. But no, Butler's going to throw it in. Way outside to Hunter. And Butler takes another three. He's got 3 happy here all of a sudden. And he'll take another 3. And that's what he'll make.
That's what you got to do, though. You got to shoot the ball to get the feel for it. And that's what Ricky's doing tonight. And he's shooting a good percentage. Good defense.
White couldn't get it to go. Butler almost had his pocket picked. And Hunter surrounded by players. Robinson open for 3, and he cans it.
Beautiful shot.
Suddenly it's 54-27, and another shot up.
That was a great pass by Ricky Butler, too, on the baseline down there.
King George basketball, things are going fast and furious now. 3:24 to go, 54-27.
I think Ricky Butler's parents, if Eastern View is not taping this game, I'm sure they are, but if they're not, then Ricky Butler's parents need to get with John Krawchuk to get the tape of this game, because that's going to help him in recruiting.
Sasso across the timeline. Robinson driving and goes in amongst the trees and gets the ball slammed down. They are moving and grooving out there now. I'm not sure what's the... Now this official here, he keeps talking to the crowd. He, you know, that's not good officiating. With all due respect, you start communicating with the crowd, you're asking for trouble. He's already thrown one person out tonight. You just got to be deaf about those things. Just let it go.
I agree, Donnie.
Robinson's second shot is up and no good. Willow, I thought he walked there, but they didn't call it. Down low. Billingsley. Couldn't get it to go. Sasso makes a nice move on Ravello and puts it in.
Nice pass by Corey Long on that to Sasso, and Sasso that was a good finish.
It was. And a steal. Robinson, 2. And suddenly, I think we're going to have the clock go continuously now because we're 30 points ahead. Billingsley over Long, and that was a prayer he put up there. Nice pass by Long. Back to Long. Oh, man, we're putting on a clinic here now.
That was beautiful by Corey Long.
Man,
there.
No-look
Gorgeous,
pass.
no-look Magic Johnson pass, Donnie Johnston.
There you go. 2:08 to go, third period, 60-27. And while we got a moment, we'll remind you of our sponsors. Our live sponsor, Battlefield Automotive, featuring Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford. Battlefield Automotive, a keystone of service, a cornerstone of our community. 547-3673. Able Heating and Air. There's peace of mind knowing they're able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. CFC Farm and Home Center, the service, knowledge, and products you need for your farm, home, pets, livestock, and equine since 1932. From shirts to banners and everything in between, Imprint your message on the community with cash imprints. 317-1473. And Found & Sons, more than a respected funeral home, they support youth at all levels so they can become tomorrow's leaders. Found & Sons, 825-3530. And we thank our sponsors who make these telecasts possible.
Yes, we do. I tell you, that last transition with Corey Long and the pass that he made there and the finish that he made, that's borderline state player. All-state player, that's what I'm trying to get at, an all-state player skill level there. So I'm be curious to see how Corey winds up this year in the rankings.
Butler for 3 more. Hey, this kid,
he's having a career night, Donnie.
He's getting hot, 63-27.
That's 24 for Butler.
That's great. And a steal by Butler. And he's going to take it all the way. Just that long follow. You look at these two guys, Butler and Long. You know, there's not many teams around that's got 2'6'5", 6'6", 6'7" guys, whatever they are. I
think you're 6'6", Don.
Well, however tall they are, I mean, there's going to be some teams in the regionals that are not going to have anything like this.
My son Max is 6'6", and he's about their size. So
this team can go a long way, and if they win tonight, which I assume they are, they will be 16-1.
If they keep playing smart and like they are tonight, they will go a long way.
Down low. Fry turns around, puts it up, no good, but he's fouled.
If they keep playing smart, they keep playing patient, and then they keep putting pressure on the ball and getting those turnovers and getting in transition, they're going to cause a lot of problems for a lot of teams. But
Billingsley can't get it to go. Jase Jackson. Lots of subs in there now. Sweat.
Because they got a balanced team.
Oh,
we've talked about it before. Hunter, Webster, Jackson, and Robinson. They cause impact out there on the defensive end. That's what gets them in transition. And then Corey Long and Ricky Butler pick up the back end part to where they get a lot of the scoring in transition.
All kinds of banging going on down there, nothing called. Eastern View will retain possession. Under a minute to go in the third period. Waypoint shot from way outside is good. Tyree Webster. 68-27. And nice shot down the lane. Kayvon Johnson. Webster. And he is fouled. Foul is going to be called on Kayvon Johnson. Neither team in the bonus yet. 4 fouls on King George, 4 fouls on Eastern View. And another foul inside. And this time,
Bryce
Clinton will go to the line. He'll get 2 with 12 seconds left in the quarter. Couldn't get the roll on that one, a little on the right.
Bryce is a kid that's been coming out to the gym when we opened it for the last 2 or 3 years. He's really improved in the last 2 or 3 years too.
And the second one goes 69-29. 40-point lead. And they're not keeping the running clock. Usually they do. I guess both teams have to agree to it.
Maybe it's just in the fourth quarter, Donnie.
It's all in the second half. We've seen that before.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't like it, because I think these other kids off the bench need to play some. and they run that clock too much, they don't get playing time. Fry. Third quarter comes to an end with a score. Eastern View 69 and King George 29. You're watching Eastern View Cyclone basketball on the Culpeper Media Network.
This broadcast is brought to you by the following community sponsors.
Battlefield Automotive, featuring Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford. Battlefield Automotive, a keystone of service and a cornerstone of our community. Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556.
CFC Farm and Home Center, the service, knowledge, and products you need for your farm, home, pets, livestock, and equine. Since 1932, CFC Farm and Home Center.
From shirts to banners and everything in between, imprint your message on the community with Cash Imprints, 317-1473. More than just a respected funeral home, Found & Sons supports youth at all levels so they can become tomorrow's leaders. Found & Sons, 825-3530.
All right, Gary Deal, checking back some statistics here. Score was tied at 15 after the first quarter. In the next two quarters, King George has been held to 14 points combined. 15 in the first quarter, 14 in the next 2 quarters combined. Well, Butler didn't get that one.
Eastern View is putting the clamps on them defensively.
Meanwhile, Culpeper, or Eastern View, has scored 54. They have outscored King George 54-14 after that 15 all time. All right, Dom Sasso drew the foul, is at the line. And the clock is running now all the time. Sasso puts the first one in.
Because it's the fourth quarter, Donnie.
I've seen it happen in the third quarter. Second shot is up and in, 71-20. Almost a steal there. Boxes with all kinds of subs in there now. Missed that one. Robinson the other way. 3-point shot. Corey Long has it partially blocked, but got it and put it back up.
Now, we've talked about this before. You can get in the backyard game, and with Coach Thornhill here, I think they're going to continue to work on their game, though.
Oh, nice play there by Long to get involved in that shot. Sasso will take a three. And Long got away with one there. He was over the back, but he didn't get called for it. Got it, Gray. Dumps it off. Butler the rebound. Ahead to Robinson. Nice pass. Couldn't get it. Follow up is in by Corey Long.
Running the floor again, Donnie. Running the floor.
And a steal. Hunter to Long. Two more. Well,
running the floor. All you kids out there that are watching, running the floor.
Well, you got to remember too that Eastern View's first team is playing against King George's second team right now.
Right. But they're still hustling.
They are.
And I've seen
Sasso hits the stuff. The senior gets his stuff.
He was up there on that one, Donnie.
He was. And we've got a whistle and a foul on Amari Robinson.
But when I talk about running the floor and Corey Long running the floor to certain spots in the low block, that's what he does best. And all the kids out there, if they would do that, because I've seen in transition before to where you're 2-on-3, 2-on-1 or 3-on-1, and all your offensive players go out and sit up behind the three-point line. Not good all the time.
All right, while we got a moment, we'll remind you of a couple of our sponsors, CFC Farm and Home Center, the service, knowledge, and the products you need for your farm, home, pets, livestock, and equine since 1932. From shirts to banners and everything in between, imprint your message on the community with Cash Imprints, 317-1473. And our live sponsor, as always, Battlefield Automotive, featuring Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford. Battlefield Automotive, a keystone of service, a cornerstone of our community. 547-3673. Connor Gray, oh, long three. Jase Jackson. Down low, threw it away, intended for Sasso. (79-29), 50-point lead, and Butler all the way to two more. 81-29. This is not fit for little kids to see. This is a massacre. Butler. Tyree Webster comes up with a loose ball. Sasso. Webster for three. And we got a foul on somebody, probably Jase Jackson, although it very well could have been called on Jimmy Waters. Ricky Butler now with 26 points on the night. Corey Long, 22. That's a lot of points.
It's a lot of points by the Twin Towers tonight, Donnie. Boys they have skill.
It's going to take a good team to beat this group when they get into the regionals. And we want to see Cortland on Friday night.
Yeah, we're going to see Friday night how they match up. And I just hope they're playing as smart and with the player efficiency that they're playing with tonight.
Well, I just hope they score more points than Cortland.
That's a good point.
Smart
and good looking.
Sasso.
That senior male model coming out of you. Super senior male model.
All right, that's that. You can stop right there. Waters, can't get it. 3:01 to go, and the clock stays in a running mode. King George. And we got 2 points by Andre Mack, who draws the foul, and Andre will go to the line to shoot a 3-point attempt.
I'm not sure where Nehemiah Fry is at the second half. He hasn't scored the second half. I don't think he's in the game right now, but surprising because he had a heck of a first half.
Mack can't get the shot to go, and the ball belongs to Eastern View. Little will bring it in. In the middle. Sweet. Got it. But traveling call? I think it was traveling call. So it doesn't count. 81-31. 50-point lead for the Eastern View Cyclones. Coming down on a minute. Saved into King George. Fox has retained possession. 3-pointer outside, no good. Rebound comes down. Eastern View. Waters off the glass, too hard. 1:21 to go in the game. Ooh, that looked like walking there to me. That was the NBA.
That was that European.
Oh, man. Nothing, no call, 81-33. Webster. Waters gets free, goes in, off the glass. 83-33. From the corner, and 3. Jay Patterson. 40 seconds to go. Montreal swing down the middle. 85-36.
Montreal's played a good game tonight. Hustle on defense. Come up with some turnovers. 4 points.
Sasso all the way, gets in the crowd. Hey man, big day tomorrow.
Big day tomorrow?
Big day tomorrow. Curling starts.
Curling starts tomorrow.
Curling starts
We talked about this last game. And your love for curling, or should I say senior shuffleboard.
That's the ball game. Final score, Eastern View Cyclones clobber the King George Foxes by a score of 85-38. We'll be back in just a moment with our post-game show. You're watching Eastern View Cyclone basketball on the Culpeper Media Network.
This broadcast is brought to you by the following community sponsors.
Battlefield Automotive, featuring Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford. Battlefield Automotive, a keystone of service and a cornerstone of our community. Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556.
CFC Farm and Home Center, the service, knowledge, and products you need for your farm, home, pets, livestock, and equine. Since 1932, CFC Farm and Home Center.
From shirts to banners and everything in between, imprint your message on the community with Cash Imprints, 317-1473. More than just a respected funeral home, Found & Sons supports youth at all levels so they can become tomorrow's leaders. Found & Sons, 825-3530.
$85-38 final score. The Eastern View Cyclones just kind of dismantled the King George Foxes. Patrick Thornhill back from a week of COVID rest at home. And, of course, my family's got it now down in Lynchburg. But you were tied at 15 after that first quarter. Then you outscored them the next 2 quarters by a score of 54-14. Man, what happened?
We just went back to our principles. I mean, playing good defense, rebounding, getting out and run too. So found some good chemistry there, got them moving. So hats to the guys. We settled down and we were able to play.
You got two big guys up there. I mean, in Corey Long and Ricky Butler. Mm-hmm. I mean, there are not many teams around that's going to have that kind of offense and that kind of defense. You guys can go a long way this year if you play your cards right.
Well, we, of course, just take it day at a time. We got a big one on Friday there, so we're prepared for Cortland. But, yeah, they do a good job, senior leadership. They got plenty of experience, and they do a good job with our younger guards making good plays and stuff. So I'm happy with the performance, defense, rebounding, getting out and running, and playing good team basketball.
I don't know where you got that running gun basketball from. You sure could have got it from your daddy.
Yeah, that's where we get it from. He always yells at me about defense. So before you can run and gun, you got to defend. So
that's true, and we were talking the other night. Billy Thornhill got most of his points off defensive steals and those kind of, defense was key to him.
Yes, it was, and that's why defense leads the offense. That's why he still has a scoring record over there. So
that's true.
He used to always tell me that.
Well, he's got the scoring record because he pulled Mr. Jennings out of the game.
Maybe.
Don't tell him I said that. Patrick, like I told you when you were walking over here, that timeout that you called, being down 8-2, you could tell Culpeper, Eastern View, your guys kind of came out maybe a little bit nervous. You settled them down and came out. They played smarter.
Yes.
They were more patient, and sometimes patient is a key in order to get in that transition game, because what I saw was they played patient, but then when you brought in, was it Webster for Sasso? Jackson.
Yeah.
With Jackson, Webster, Robinson, and Hunter, they make this team roll. And they allow Corey and Ricky to get in transition, and with their height and their athletic ability, they really open up the court and can score. But I was impressed with that timeout and how you settled the team down. and got them to play more patient. And from there, it just took off the rest of the night.
Well, I was impressed that you got more points than they did.
Right.
I don't like that business of getting ahead by 30 points. I still don't get used to that, keeping that clock running.
Right.
Because a lot of these kids need to play.
They need
but
to play,
but that's the rule, and you got to go by it. All right, tell us a little bit about Cortland, what you know about them. They got a 15-game winning streak too, and last I heard, and what are you looking for in that game?
It's Coach Davis. He does a great job with those guys, and it's going to be a great atmosphere from what I hear. We're going to Cortland, and we'll be prepared. So will they. It's going to be a great basketball game. The two tops of the Battlefield District. So hopefully everyone comes out and supports.
How do you match up with that team? I mean, I'm not familiar with them. I don't know what they have. Do they have the height that we have? How do you match up?
He's got a lot of guys in his system that he runs too, and very disciplined in defense. They put a lot of pressure, so we got to make sure we limit our turnovers and rebound as well too, contest shots. Just play our game, and we'll be all right. So.
Patrick, thanks for coming over and talking to us. Congratulations on another win. Good luck on Friday night. We hope to be down to cover that.
Sounds good. Thank you, guys.
And I'm glad you're feeling better.
Thank you.
Yes.
A lot better.
All right. Give us a quick rundown on who scored what, and we will put this one to bed and head for Friday night at Cortland.
Well, for King George, like I said earlier, not sure what happened to Fry. He had one heck of a first half, but he wound up with 13 and didn't score the second half. For Eastern View, Ricky Butler had one heck of a night, maybe a career night, I'm not sure. He shot the ball very well, wound up with 26, and Corey Long running the floor, playing those low blocks, flashing the low block, in transition, 22 points.
And the thing about Ricky Butler, he ended up with 4 threes, man. He was hot as a firecracker there in that third and fourth quarter. 4 threes in a row, and he just kept pumping them in.
Well,
all right.
And that's what you got to do, Donnie. If you're a shooter, you got to shoot.
I've seen you shoot.
Well,
you just kept pumping
we
them.
won't talk about me, but you got to shoot if you're a shooter.
You're right, absolutely. And he's a shooter for a big man. He can get out there and pump that ball.
That's right.
All right, that just about does it. We appreciate you watching. We hope to see you Friday night down at Cortland High School when the Eastern View Cyclones with a 16-1 record take on the Cortland Cougars with a 16-1 record for all the marbles in the Battlefield District. Until then, this is Donnie Johnston and Gary Deal reminding you that our final score tonight, Eastern View 85 and King George 38. You've been watching Eastern View Cyclone basketball on the Culpeper Media Network.